The ancient Sumerians were a civilization that flourished in the fertile valleys between the Tigris and Euphrates River, in which is now the modern-day Iraq. They are credited as being one of the earliest human civilizations in world history, and their contributions to human knowledge and culture have had a lasting impact. Was an ancient Sumerian city located in what is now modern-day Iraq. It is one of the most important cities in Sumerian civilization, and it was a center of trade, religion and culture. Was the capital of the Sumerian city-state of the same name, and it was home to a large and influential population of merchants, artisans and priests. One of the most notable features of was its ziggurat, a massive temple tower which was believed to be the residence of the city's patron deity, the moon god Nana. The ziggurat at was one of the largest and most impressive in the Sumerian civilization and was a major pilgrimage site for the worshippers of Nana. In addition to its religious significance, was also an important center of trade and industry. It was located on the banks of Euphrates River and was a hub for trade and commerce, with a bustling market and a network of trade routes that extended throughout the region. The city was also home to many skilled artisans and craftspeople who produced a wide variety of goods such as textiles, pottery and metalwork. Is perhaps best known today for its rich archaeological remains, which have provided valuable insights into the history and culture of Sumerian civilization. Excavations at the site have revealed a wealth of artifacts and structures that provide a glimpse into the daily lives of the people of The Sumerians are famous for creating the world's first writing system known as the cuneiform. This system, which consisted of pressing a reed stylus into clay tablets to create symbols representing words and ideas, allowed the Sumerians to record and communicate information in a way that had never been done so before. With the invention of the cuneiform, the Sumerians were able to record and preserve their history, laws, literature, and other aspects of their culture, leaving a rich legacy for future generations to study. In addition to their advancements in writing, the Sumerians developed the complex systems of governments and social organization. Their society was divided into city-states, each with its own ruler and governing body. These city-states were often at war with each other, and the Sumerians developed a system of warfare and weaponry, including the use of chariots and bronze weapons. Despite their constant conflicts, the Sumerians were also skilled engineers and built complex irrigation systems to support their agricultural economy. They were among the first to use the wheel for transportation, and are believed to have built the world's first wheeled vehicles. The Sumerians were also skilled metalworkers, and many beautifully gold-crafted and silver artifacts have been found in archaeological excavations. Sumerian religion was polytheistic, with a complex pantheon of gods and goddesses who were believed to control various aspects of the natural world. The Sumerians also believed in an afterlife and built an elaborate burial chambers for their deceased rulers. Their art and architecture were highly developed, with a focus on intricate carvings and reliefs. The Sumerians also believed that the gods lived in a celestial realm called the heavens or the sky, and that they interacted with mortals on earth through divine intermediaries such as priests and temple officials. One of the most important deities in Sumerian religion was the god Anu, who was believed to be the king of the gods and the god of the sky. Anu was depicted as a bearded man with a crown and was associated with order and justice. Another important deity was Enlil, the god of air and the god of earth, who was believed to have created the universe and the human race. Other important Sumerian deities included Enki, the god of wisdom and water, Inanna, the goddess of love and fertility and war, and Ninhursag, the mother goddess who was associated with fertility and agriculture. The Sumerians also believed in a wide variety of lesser deities, demons, and spirits who were associated with specific aspects of nature or human society. The Sumerians worshipped their gods through a variety of rituals and ceremonies that were held in temples and other sacred spaces. These rituals often involved offerings of food, drink, and other items, as well as prayers and other acts of devotion. The gods were also believed to be able to communicate with mortals through divination practices, such as castings of lots of other interpretation of omens. The Sumerians also believed in the afterlife, and they built elaborate burial chambers for their deceased rulers and other important individuals. These burial chambers were often stocked with valuable objects and artifacts that were believed to be useful in the afterlife. The Sumerians also believed that the souls of the dead could be contacted through various rituals and practices, and they often left offerings of food and other items in their burial chambers as a way of communicating with the deceased. The gods and the goddesses of the Sumerian pantheon played a central role in the Sumerian religion and society. They were revered and benevolent forces who could be called upon to provide protection, guidance, and assistance to their mortal followers. The Sumerians believed that the gods played a crucial role in the natural world and in human affairs, and their beliefs and practices revolved around seeking the favour and protection of the deity. One of the most notable examples of Sumerian art is the Standard of a wooden box inlaid with shells, lapis lazuli, and red limestone, which was discovered in the royal cemetery of This object, which dates back to around 2500 BCE, depicts scenes of war and peace, and is thought to have been used as a ceremonial object. It is now housed in the British Museum in London. The Standard of that was discovered in the Royal Cemetery of an ancient Sumerian city located in what is now modern-day Iraq, dates back to around 2500 BCE. The Standard of is famous for its intricate carvings and reliefs, which depict scenes of war and peace. On one side of the box, there are scenes of soldiers marching and preparing for battle, while on the other side, there are scenes of people engaging in various peaceful activities such as farming and trade. The standard is believed to have been used as a symbol of authority and power, and may have been carried in processions or displayed in a prominent place as a way of signalling the presence of the ruler or another important person. In addition to its cultural and historical significance, the Standard of is also notable for its artistic value. The carvings and reliefs on the box are highly detailed and display a high level of craftsmanship, making it an important example of Sumerian art. The use of materials such as shells, lapis lazuli, and the red limestone also reflects the Sumerian skills in metalworking and their appreciation for the precious metals and exotic materials. The Sumerians were also skilled astronomers and made significant contributions to the study of the heavens. They developed the lunar calendar and recorded observations of celestial events such as eclipses and the movement of the planets. And they also had a sophisticated understanding of mathematics and used the base 60 numbering system, which is still used in modern times for measuring angles and time. The Sumerians were fascinated by the movements of celestial bodies and believed that they were influenced by the gods. They recorded their observations of the sky on clay tablets and used them to track the movement of the sun, the moon, and the planets. They also recorded the dates of eclipses and other celestial events and used this information to make predictions about future events. In addition to their observation skills, the Sumerians also developed a number of theoretical models to explain the movement of celestial bodies. They believed that the sun, moon, and planets were carried through the sky on a series of invisible celestial boats, and that they developed complex systems of mathematics and geometry to describe their movements. The Sumerians also believed that the celestial bodies were inhabited by spirits or deities who controlled their movements and influenced the affairs of mortals on Earth. The Sumerians' contributions to astronomy were significant and had a long-lasting impact on the development on the field. Their observations and theories laid the foundation for later advances in astronomy, and their base 60 numbering system is still used in modern times for measuring times and angles. The Sumerians' fascination with celestial bodies and their belief in spiritual significance also influenced the development of astrology and other divine practices that continue to be popular to this day. Despite their many achievements, the Sumerian civilization eventually declined, and by the end of the Bronze Age, they had largely been absorbed into the neighbouring Akkadian Empire. However, the legacy of the Sumerians lives on through their contributions to human knowledge and culture, and they continue to be studied and admired by historians and archaeologists to this day. Their influence can still be seen in many aspects of modern society.